So this morning, I want to speak on Earth Day and suggest that Earth Day be every day. I've been noticing there was a lot of celebrations last week, but there's also celebrations this weekend. And I was thinking to myself, for me, Earth Day is every day. I am so incredibly in love with this spinning blue planet. And I also feel like we should expand it to be also Universe Day, right? We should have Earth Day and Universe Day because we need to take time to feel the awe, of seeing this planet and our life on it with this wider vision. I live I live in a place where I have to park a ways from my house, and every night I walk through the darkness and I look up at the stars and I look up at the phase of the moon. And so I always have that bit of time every night, just taking time for the wider reality. I just stand right in the middle of that grassy yard of mine and I gaze at the stars. And that's part of where that song came from. But I say this because, in retreat, I really watched us stretch our view from just our little backyard and our little collection of concerns to this wider awareness. When we open our awareness and realize just how precious and amazing and awesome it is that we live on this amazing life-sustaining planet, because then we can kind of let go of the divisiveness, when we stretch that vision wider. I love Carl Sagan. I've read a lot of his work over the years. He, wrote that book Contact, one of my favorite movies, Contact. But he was an astrophysicist, and he was involved in the space program, NASA. He worked for NASA right from the start. And so he briefed the Apollo astronauts before they went to the moon. And he had this incredibly powerful awakening experience when they got up there and they saw the Earth. They saw the Earth from outer space. They saw the Earth from the moon. They took those amazing pictures of that, little blue planet spinning in space. This is what he wrote. He wrote, "Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena." And it's similar to Captain Kirk, what's his name? William Shatner. William Shatner. He got to go out in space 3 years ago when he was 90. He's the oldest person to ever go into outer space. And, when he got back, there's a video. You should watch it. It's so powerful. There's a video where he's just, returning, and he is just crying. I mean, he is so moved. He is obviously having a profound spiritual experience. And I want to read you what he said, his words exactly. "I'm so filled with emotion with what just happened, and I hope I never recover from this. It's so much larger than me and life. Everybody in this world needs to see this. Everybody needs to see this." When we see that view, there's no division. There's no separate countries. It's one world. It's one world. And for us to be here together, gathered in this room, amazing. It's amazing what had to happen, right? We're a miracle. That's such a perfect song, Alice. How'd you know? I was going to talk about life is a miracle. This planet is a miracle. And I have this incredible urge to say, let's be filled with wonder and awe, and let's celebrate the amazing gift of being here and having life. And let's do that instead of all the ways humans, create division on the planet, right? There's a great poem Mary Oliver wrote. I love it. Basically, this is all I needed to say this morning. It's directions for a life. The first thing is pay attention, be astonished, tell about it. That's all. Carl Sagan said, if you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe. It's a miracle to make a pie. It's a miracle to sing a song. It's a miracle to have human bodies that can hug each other and love each other, right? I'm still feeling such awe from last weekend with all of you in retreat. You know, it was so powerful to just do that mindfulness practice. There was a lot of heart opening. There was a lot of tears. There was a lot of stillness and a lot of connecting from the heart. And, you know, I know how to create that space and hold that space, but then I just watch in awe at how beautiful humans are when they're vulnerable. And all they need is to feel safe and loved. When humans feel safe and loved, they become amazing. And a lot can happen, a lot of opening and a lot of healing. And then, you know, when I see kind of the opposite of that, you know, when I see people in their head, not in their heart, that haven't learned to rest into the heart and live from the heart, you know, and their words and their actions create division and pain, it hurts my heart. It's painful. Yeah, it's hard to see humans from a place of unconnectedness to their hearts. But that's why we're here, right? That's why I'm here. I know that. And I feel like, you know, what's possible when we're united and we listen to each other, we really listen to each other and we hear each other. We're not just listening to respond, we're listening to understand more deeply, right? And when we speak with skillfulness, right? With love, with compassion. Nonviolent communication. I'm going to bring one of my favorite teachers in that here to speak for us one Sunday, because that's such an important skill. Everyone, that should be required. I think it's more important than math, really. I mean, come on, we have calculators, right? So So Earth Day being every day, it's more about, it's definitely about recycling and using less plastic, the theme for this year. And I highly recommend that, but it's about how we humans live in harmony versus division. You know, I don't think we get enough training. We had a couple of counselors and teachers in our retreat that I'm so grateful for. I think some of them are online. And all of you, many of you are parents, grandparents, and, you know, I applaud you, you know, teaching your children how to be mindful, how to be skillful. Um, it is so very needed. Um, so I was saying last week, I'm an inner environmentalist. I'm an outer environmentalist also, but I'm also an inner environmentalist. Um, I was at the gym a couple nights ago and I saw People magazine with Jane Goodall. I don't usually read People, but I read that article and I loved just the title of her article. It is, "We must spread hope." We must spread hope. That's why I put those words in my song. Jane wrote, "If you lose hope, you become apathetic and do nothing, because what's the point? If we all do nothing, we're doomed." That's why I spend a lot of time working with young children, young people. She teaches kids as young as 6 how to plant organic gardens and how to grow trees, how to avoid plastic, how to, you know, help the environment and be kind to animals. I remember I was touring with Alma many years ago, and she met Jane Goodall, and I think it was at the United Nations. And yeah, was it at the UN, the World Parliament of Religions? And they fell in love with each other. They just recognized the good, the beauty, and the pureness of each other. And Alma wished her a happy birthday. Her birthday was just, I think, a week ago. She's 90 also. Jane Goodall, she's still doing so much great work in this world. But she says we all make a difference. We have to decide what kind of difference we want to make. We can't get through a single day without having an impact on the world around us, right? So I had an activist experience in Mount Shasta that was very encouraging for me. I was living down there. I lived there for 32 years. And I heard that they were going to log Lake Siskiyou. They were going to log all around that beautiful bike trail that the McConnell Foundation spent, I think, a couple million to put in around the lake. And I went out there and I saw all these trees painted in blue, right? The blue rings around the trees. So I got the whole community involved. I found out it was the county board of supervisors were trying to meet their yearly budget. So they had sold all these trees, thousands of trees out at Lake Siskiyou. They were stewards of that land. It was county land. So I got the community involved, and I got the county supervisor and the logger guy to come out to the lake, and we all met him out there, and we all did our best to talk some sense into them. And I wasn't sure we made any difference. So about a week later, and we were writing letters, we were publishing them in the paper. About a week later, I just decided to buy some black spray paint. And I know this is on video. This is on video. That's all right. I went out there late at night, right before it was completely dark, and I sprayed all those blue rings with black. Blue means cut. Black means do not cut. And so I felt really happy and really proud of myself, right? So a couple days later, I'm walking out there, and they sprayed them all blue again. They came out and they sprayed all those. I mean, I'm talking a couple hundred trees, right? Well, I went and bought some more black spray paint. It was funny because people in the community were willing to buy paint. They weren't willing to come spray with me, but they bought paint. So this happened 4 or 5 times, right? I sprayed them black, they sprayed them blue. Finally, we were able somehow, I think that was part of it, all that spraying and the community and getting the ecology center involved. We were able to stop them from cutting all the trees around that beautiful trail around the lake. Yeah, yeah. I know. It's just it was a miracle, another miracle. It's just incredible that, we were effective. And honestly, I was a little nervous. I didn't know if I was going to get in trouble or go to jail, or I didn't, know what was going to happen. But the sweetest part of the story is when I walk there, because I go there all the time. That mountain is the home of my heart. Those trees are there. And I feel like we have this bow. They bow to me and I bow to them. I thank them for being beautiful and giving us oxygen. And I feel like they bow to me for saving them, for helping save them. So, so yeah, we can make a difference together. And I actually have a desire to plant trees in the burn scars up here in Talent. So I want to, if you know about that, I want to find out about that. Maybe we as a community can go do that together. I would find a lot of joy in doing that. So there's the outer environmental work and there's the inner environmental work, and both are equally important, and both are an endless work in progress, aren't they? It's kind of an endless ongoing practice. On the retreat, we did a lot of the inner work. One of the beautiful things we did is we practiced listening without judgment. We worked on triggers, which is really powerful. I'll give a talk on that some Sunday, but we learned how to not react from triggers, how to take space and wait till we're sane again and then respond, right? We also did forgiveness work. And this is what I spent last night, I couldn't sleep for a while. So I spent last night reading the history, the ancient history of our world, to get some idea of how long this has been going on. And I just feel like forgiveness and reconciliation, that's what we should place an awful lot of our attention on. And of course, it starts with us. It starts with us and how we live this day, right? So as Jane said, it is these undeniable qualities of human love and compassion and self-sacrifice that give me hope for the future. We are indeed often cruel and evil. Nobody can deny this. We gang up on each other with words as well as deeds. We fight, we kill, but we are also capable of the most noble, generous, and heroic behavior. Yes. So, I feel one with her in the essential message of hope, of having hope. I want to ask you just for a moment, what does having hope mean to you? Just a, well, things will get better. Nice. Thank you. I want to hear your wisdom. What is 7 generations? Yes. Say that again. It keeps us free. Yes.
Heart open to seeing beauty.
Heart open to seeing beauty and love in the world. Yes, that is hope. Beautiful, Patty.
No such miracles thing are possible.
Miracles are possible? Yes, miracles are possible. Yes. Say that again.
There's no such thing as false hope.
There's no such thing as false hope. Nice. Gwen, thank you. The courage to move forward. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. The light of the rising sun. Yes.
Understanding, perceiving, experiencing that we create our life.
Yes. Understanding, perceiving that we create our life. We create everything. We are the co-creators together.
A big trust.
A big trust, yes. Yes, trust. That's so essential in hope. One nation. Thank you.
Gratitude.
Yes, gratitude. Gratitude is so, so key. Yeah. Taking action. Oh, there you go. Now that's the perfect segue into what I'm going to say next. Knowing that love will prevail. I've got a song. It says love will prevail. Thank you. Great, great wisdom here. I love hearing from you. Yeah. So hope is an action verb, right? An action verb. Jane writes about that. She says hope is often misunderstood. People tend to think it's simply passive wishful thinking. I hope something will happen, but I'm not going to do anything about it, right? This is indeed the opposite of real hope, which requires action and engagement. Yeah, that's key. So I have hope. I have hope. I am the eternal optimist because I know love is the greatest power. And I know we are that. And I know we have infinite intelligence to solve all our problems if we just work together. Thank you. Together. Oh, yeah. I remember my partner, my ex-partner, who's my dear friend, Jeffrey, we had a retreat center on the Big Island, and we had this friend that would come tell stories. It was a great storyteller. He looked like he came right out of the earth. He had this beautiful, kind face, kind eyes with these freckles and this long golden dreadlocks, and he was tall, and he just was such a great storyteller. And he told me this story one day. I was sitting on the front porch. And I love it. I actually found it. I hadn't heard it in years. It's called All I See is Part of Me. For your children, for your inner child. I highly recommend this. But I would like to tell you the story. Is that okay? Can I tell you that story? It's so precious because it really speaks to our inner childlike nature and our feeling of oneness, with everything. So here it goes. I am part of all I see, and all I see is part of me. I am my hands. I am my feet. I am the puppy across the street. I am the moon. I am the stars. I am even found in candy bars. I used to think that I was small, a little body, that was all. But then one day I asked the sun, "Who are you?" He beamed. "We are one." "But, Mr. Sun, how is this true? Am I not me? Are you not you?" He smiled. "You might ask Sister Star. She too is part of who you are." So I waited till night when darkness let me see her light. "Sister Star, how can it be that I am you and you are me?" She glowed. "You're larger than you know. You're every place there is to go. You have a body, this is true, but look at what's inside of you." I closed my eyes to see within. I saw a light. It made me grin. It reminded me of Sister Star. She said, "That light is who you are. Your body is just a little part of the light that shines within your heart. In all the world and all of space, your light shines bright. It's every place. And when you join it dot to dot, you'll see that you are what you've got. All the plants, the animals and trees are in your light, and you are these. Look inside each one you meet and see your light. It's so complete. Inside, outside, below, above, see your light and feel its love. You're asking you when you ask me because we're one. Don't you agree? I looked again at all my light and saw that Sister Star was right. For every question there can be, there's an answer waiting inside of me. And then I said, there's even more. Each question opens up a door, and every door that I walk through leads to a part of me that's new. Thank you so much, Sister Star. I love the part of me you are. I wondered as I climbed in bed, does all of me sleep when I rest my head? Then a voice called through the night, oh, you precious child of light, even when you sleep, you are awake in every shining star. I snuggled with my teddy bear, and in his light, I saw me there. You are me, and I am you. You love me, and I love you too. I closed my eyes and found my light dancing with moonbeams in the night. I said a prayer I know was heard because all I am hears every word. And I can see in all of me that there can be no end. Thank you. I love that. So we can experience our consciousness stretching out of our bodies, right? Including all that we see and all that we don't see. Carl Sagan would have loved this book. He wrote, the cosmos is within you. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. We did in our retreat a practice, an edu practice, and it was a practice that I started doing in the 80s, and I did it for many years. And at the end, there's these beautiful affirmations that we would do. We would stand in front of our partner and look in their eyes and say these affirmations. And I think I must have looked in at least 1,000 or more sets of eyes and said these affirmations, and it was life-changing. So I'd like to just say them with you. I'd like to say them to you, and you repeat them back to me, and just take it in. And the affirmations go, there is no separation. I love the me I see. I am the me I see. I love the all we be. I am the all we be. Same in you, same in me. We are, I am. You are with me wherever I go. I am with you always. One breath, one heart, one life, one co-creator. We are that. We are that. Thank you all. So in closing, I just invite you, please join me in taking good care of both our outer environment and our inner environments. Let us grow our bigger picture perception, our bigger picture. Go out and sit in the stars at night, at least once a day, once a night. And let's work to see beyond the visions on our planet and see just the one people, right? Let's truly be instruments of peace. May all your relations be happy and be at peace. Thank you all. Namaste.